Hi there, I'm Joey.
I'm Jacob.
And we are watching Star Trek for the first time. Last time on Star Trek, we had Cat's Paw, and it was a little Halloween special.
It was very good.
Very good, yeah.
Cheesy, but good.
Yeah, very good. This time we're still sick. Sorry about that.
Still.
Again, you can't really hear it in me, but it's in Jacob, I guess. You can definitely hear it in his voice. But anyway, today, Jacob, today.
No. Oh, something clearly is interesting going to happen.
Today, he's back.
Oh my god, who?
Today we're watching an episode called I Mud.
No! No! Why?
No more needs to be said. We're going to get into post-episode thoughts in a second. Be sure to join us then. We're about to watch I Mud. Okay, gotta be real. I still didn't love it, but much better than Mud's Women, and if nothing else, the climax of the episode made everything worth it.
Oh, totally.
Like seriously, loved that. So Harcourt Fenton Mudd has returned.
Yay!
So still played by Roger C. Carmel. He's wonderful. He like unrestrained. I mean, okay. I think the first thing we should actually talk about is Mud's Women was extremely sexist.
Yes. I was concerned, hence my reaction to hearing the title.
Yes.
That would be the case again.
I Mud? Not so much.
No.
Because we have sort of solved the sexism problem by not making them actual women this time, which maybe
that might make it worse. As far as I am concerned, the immediate problem I have watching the episode solved.
Yeah. And it makes for a bit more of a fun setup if they're all androids and he surrounded himself with fake women because, he's just a fucking loser. Like
what we said about Mud's Women, if I remember correctly. It's been a while, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted them to be androids because that would have made more sense. I would have been more okay with that scenario.
Yeah.
The question of agency is different at that point.
Yeah.
But it's a different question that is less ewy right away.
Yeah. So here, I think we kind of fixed that, and unrestrained by that big drawback from a Harry Mudd story. Like, I think Roger C. Carmel was really able to shine, and
he hams it up big time.
Yeah, I mean, he was hamming it up back in Mud's Women too, but he's really out there this time. He has hammed it up significantly more, I think. The hook to this episode was kind of weird because it's nothing like the rest of the episode.
No.
There's this android that has infiltrated the ranks of the Enterprise crew, and he forces the Enterprise he reprograms it onto this course to go to bring Kirk and everybody to the planet that Mudd is staying on with his androids. He has 500 female androids all named Alice, and I forget how many of the guy ones.
And there's a bunch of other models. Point being, there's over 200,000 androids, they said.
Yeah.
And they're all programmed to give Mudd pleasure.
Yes. Interesting. I did actually want to talk about the actresses that played the Alices, though, because they were mostly played by two actresses, two actual twins. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, because it works.
Other than a couple body doubles here and there. I don't know, just a really cool way to do that. The whole point here, of course, though, is that Harry is trying to trick the Enterprise crew into staying on this planet so that he can take the Enterprise for himself. So he wants his androids to offer them whatever the hell they want.
Right.
They offer Uhura immortality, Chekhov sex. That was one of my favorite scenes of the episode, though. I fucking love the bit where Chekhov's sitting in the chair and he realizes what they're here for.
Right. They've offered themselves to him.
I don't know. I just thought that was really funny. The only part that did leave me a bit, but again, Harry is portrayed as much more of a fucking loser here than he was originally.
Yeah.
Was that he has the wife android, so he could be away from his wife, from his nagging wife, and it's like, okay, that's a really just trope, but
right.
Whatever.
But here's the thing.
It does have a funny payoff, though.
It has a funny payoff, and the implication is that this is the wrong attitude.
Yeah. I mean, again, it is also portrayed as wrong in Mud's Women, but just as a whole, the way Mud's Women portrays its characters that Harry is utilizing is not good. And also, honestly, I think my issues with Mud's Women lie outside of Mudd himself.
Right. But I'd also like to point out just if you're in the mindset that you would be in agreement with Mud, you would look at that punishment that the episode gives off in the end, and the reason he constantly goes into space further and further is because his wife is bad.
Yeah.
Like, if you're in the same headspace as Mud, you would agree with him.
Which you should not be.
But you should not be.
You should not be. But
and I really hope there aren't people in the same headspace as Mud.
Mm-hmm. But also, Mud spent a really long time making all these androids, and they only just now started to revolt and realize the flaw in Mud's logic.
Right, which is interesting. I think it's because, if I followed what the episode was trying to say, Mud was the only example of human contact they've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, Mud might be like the perfect human specimen for all they know.
Yeah.
He could be like the pinnacle of intelligence.
That's true, and I guess when they started to interact with other crew members and other humans, I guess maybe that penetrated their logic, maybe?
That's how I took it.
Yeah. But that said, the androids are like revolt. They say like, oh, we're going to be like rulers of humanity. We're gonna take the Enterprise for ourselves. You're all gonna stay on this planet forever,
and we'll just do what we did to you, but to the rest of the universe.
Yeah. So Harry, of course, then starts working with the Enterprise crew to stop them, and the decision they come to is just basically to break their brains.
Yeah. Upload nothing but random nonsense.
The plan is initially, well, it's not at all really. Is they start to like trick the androids into thinking that like Mud is sick so that he can take them back on the Enterprise. Ahura like speaks and I was like, no, they're just trying to trick you, and it's like, okay, well, why would a human do that? And whatever, move on. They continue to break their brains by having them celebrate their captivity in a pretty funny scene where like Chekhov and Ahura are dancing together. McCoy and I think Scotty are like playing like air instruments.
Right, and then Kirk is like, can't you hear the music? Listen to the beautiful sounds. And they're like, music? What music? And then their brains break or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I love the bit where Spock is with the two androids and he's like, I love you and I hate you. Well, that's impossible. We're the same. Oh, well, I hate you because I love you. Right. I love that. I love the fact that they do get like Spock in on it. Like Spock is playing along with their trick, which is something I don't think you typically would see Spock do.
No, but here's the thing. Spock goes with it because it's the most logical course of action.
Yeah.
And they get Spock to act illogically. A feat we'd like never see.
But the best scene of all has to be Scotty's fake death.
Oh my god.
I lost my fucking mind at that scene. So Scotty is like, I can't take it anymore, kill me. And so Mud, Kirk, Spock, and someone else. Who is it?
Trying to remember who.
Is it McCoy? It's McCoy.
It's McCoy, yeah.
They come in with finger guns and they pretend to shoot him.
They make like the noise and everything.
They whistle and they make the noise and Scotty dies and then they all start laughing at him. It's just like, it's so funny. I really love that scene.
I like that. Personally, my favorite trick was the bomb.
Oh, the bomb.
Like, what do you mean? It's the next thing. It's literally happened seconds later.
Yeah. Spock or is it?
Kirk tells Spock, okay, time for the bomb.
Yeah.
Spock reaches under his shirt, pulls out an invisible bomb.
Yeah.
And then they go through this whole rigmarole with it, like, and then they where they pretend to set it up.
Mm-hmm. They throw it like you're playing baseball. Like he pitches it towards I think Mud. Mud caught it. He like pretends to like fumble with it. He catches it. He throws it at the androids, and the androids, seeing how they're acting, die.
Yeah, they play along.
They play along with it. And so the final straw, of course, that breaks everything is that Kirk says like, no matter what, remember that everything that Mud says is a lie. So like, oh, everything you've ever told me is a lie. Then so that breaks them in the end. And that's that. It's just a really fun episode. I don't know. I really liked that.
Yeah, it cut the problematic part of Mud's women.
Most of it.
Yeah.
Although I'm pretty sure actually at the end there I did catch two of the Mud's women dresses that they wore back.
Yeah, you pointed them out.
Yeah.
But Mud is suitably punished.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they make a bunch of like 500 androids of his wife, which is pretty funny. But yeah, I do also really like the Zinger scene with Spock. They're like, oh, we have a planet full of people that are exactly like you. They all think logically like you. And why would you want to come back with us? And Spock is like, I see now how sorely I'm needed. Just a funny scene. Overall, though, I had fun with it. I had a lot of fun.
I had fun watching it. It's not a great episode in terms of like critically thinking about it.
It's not going to make any like top 10s anytime soon.
No, but if I wanted something randomly fun I might consider it.
Yeah, it's comfortably fun. Yeah, you can enjoy it. But yeah, I guess that about does it. Be sure to join us next week when we continue Star Trek: The Original Series. Until then, this has been Joey Morgan.
I'm Jacob.
Goodbye.